Everybody, what's up? Everybody, what's going on? This is the one and only Bervin A. Jackson, toxic black mold survivor, hernia mesh survivor, diabetic survivor, that was told that I have a non-working pancreas. In 2018, I was told this. 2018. I am here at my second home in Florida on vacation with my family in Kissimmee, Florida. Very nice and pretty down here. I love Florida because I love the ocean. So I just got here on yesterday, and a miracle has happened today. And I'm going to tell you guys about it. The Most High has a way of doing things that will always surprise you when you're least expecting it. He has a way. He has a way of making you smile. He has a way of doing things that you can never figure out. Because when he do it, it's going to be miraculous. The Most High is working every single day, every single hour with his people, taking us out of afflictions, sickness afflictions, financial afflictions, slavery of all kind afflictions. The Most High is taking his people out of these afflictions, these curses. Today, I am super excited. And before I get into what I want to tell you, I must take you back. I must take you back for you to understand what I'm going to tell you today. Let's go back to 2010. I get exposed to mold, deadly mold. And then, same year, I get this hernia mesh implant because I had a hole in the right side of my gut since birth, because I was born a premature child at 3 pounds and 3 ounces. And the doctors thought then I was not going to make it. So 2010, I get this hernia mesh implant because I didn't know any better. I was tired of being in pain. I was tired of the hernia that kept pushing out. I had to push it back in with my hand. Okay, and I was tired of that. It was painful. And so I get this hernia mesh implant. The same year, I get exposed to over 90 different species of mold. And from the mold and the combination of both, I began to lose weight rapidly. Now, going into the year 2011, like we're going into 2024, this is the same time going into 2011, folks. I never forget this. It was New Year's Eve. It was nighttime, and everybody at the house had left because they was going to church for what they call watch night service. And there I was, 34 years old, on the floor with a enema tube in my rectum, doing water enemas and doing coffee enemas, trying to save my life from toxic black mold. I was sick unto death. I had lost my skin tone. My face had no color. I could not move my bowels. They was blocked up and would not move for weeks. And I was there fighting like hell to save my life from toxic mold death. During that same time, I never forget this, I could smell like gasoline leaving my body. I could smell this. And I recall the words of, I think her name was Dr. Budwick in Germany. She said of every time she had a cancer patient that came to see her in Germany, she said they all smell like gasoline. And that's because fungus produces ethanol, gasoline inside your body. This is how they get their gasoline for your cars. They get it from fungi. Folks, this is what I smelled when I was doing my coughing enemas on the floor, coming into 2011. I could smell the gasoline scent. Okay, and I was dying. Now, let's move forward into now. I got here on yesterday, and I was, last night, I was getting inside the bed, and I turned the light out. And it's been happening since 2010. My right leg began to shake. My right leg began to shake because this is where the mold had colonized within my body. And this is the same on my right side. This is the same side that I had the hernia mesh implant installed. And they took it out 2 years ago. But by that time, the mold had already established itself in my body. Not just in my right leg, but throughout my entire body. So last night, I'm laying in the bed, and my right leg just shaking. My feet just shaking, toes just feeling all tight. And I was like, you know what? I said, this is it. I said, this is the last night that you are going to torture me. This is it, mold. This is the straw. I said to myself, I am not going to take you into 2024. You're not going to make it. You're not going to make it. Okay. So, 11:30, I get up out of my bed, and I go into my kitchen, and I make up one of the most strongest concoctions I've ever made. Because I was tired of this mold, this cancerous mold, this mold that gave me diabetes, this mold that killed my brother, this mold that killed my father, this mold that killed two of my precious aunts, and this mold that killed my oldest brother last year in January. I'm sorry, that killed my brother, last year in January. So, I got up and I made this strong concoction. And when I had this concoction in my hand, my right leg began to shake like it always does when it wants to eat. What you have to understand, folks, is that once you have a colonized mold in your body, this mold does not discriminate and say, well, I don't want to eat that food and I don't want to eat that food. This is why it's the strongest parasite, period, because mold will eat anything. It doesn't matter what it is. It would eat and drink anything. Okay, so it was ready for this concoction. It was ready for this beverage. Because understand, okay, you are the host, and the parasite is feasting off of you for its own survival. Okay, so it was ready. My right leg was just shaking. It was shaking like it always shake. It just shake it, and shake it, and shake it. But when I took this concoction, for the first time ever, when I took this very strong concoction, for the first time ever, that was the last time I had a shake. That was just last night, folks. This morning, I haven't had no shaking. I've had breakfast. I've had lunch. I've had my sweet desserts that feed my ecology. And I haven't had one shake all day. Not one shake. And I took this concoction at 11:30. And at 3 o'clock this morning, I began to feel the effects of this big parasite fungus that has died in my body. Even right now, I still feel nauseous. That's right. Folks, if whatever you're taking and you're not feeling anything from it, That's because the parasite in your body, the fungus in your body, is consuming it. It's not strong enough. Anytime you don't feel any type of die-off from anything you're taking, it's not working because it's being consumed by the parasite. It's not strong enough. Okay. So I have people finally kill the last fungus that's been in my body since 2010 that has caused me to become a diabetic. It is dead. It is now dead. And that's exactly what we're going to do with the Jackson therapy. We are going to kill these conditions the first day you come over here and get started. We are going to kill this fungus the first day. We're going to prepare ourselves, okay, within a week to kill the parasite that's plaguing you. We're going to kill this parasite within 1 week of you getting started, within 1 week of you getting everything on my to-do list. And when you get that, I'm going to coach you on everything that I did today, okay, to kill this living fungus that has plagued me since 2010. I got exposed to 90. But this last one, it was able to colonize inside my body. That's why I was there for so long. Okay. It was able to colonize in my body, whereas the rest of those pathogens, I got them out very quickly. But once it colonized and get itself organized in your body, folks, if you don't know what you're doing, fungus is going to sit down there and eat everything that you eat and drink. Fungus consumes radiation. Fungus consumes, okay, chemotherapy. It drinks it. So if the medical procedures cannot eradicate this fungus, okay, and if the natural stuff have a problem, depending on how strong it is, you're pretty much jacked up. This is why it took so much trial and error. This is why it took so many years, because the Most High had to prepare me. So just as I was dying in 2011, coming into 2011, the Most High allowed me to finally overcome this same parasite going into 24. All praise to the Most High. I am jacked out of my mind. I'm excited. And if you're ready to work with the best therapist in the world based on real trial and error of his own sickness and death to overcome that, okay, if you want to deal with the best of the best based on true results, based on a real illness that I went through, and you want this thing gone within a week's time, you need to go ahead and do two things. Get the protocol today, and let's get started. Book a flight to come to Atlanta to see me next week. ASAP. This is Bervin Jackson, and I am a survivor of mold, the worst illness that anyone can ever have and overcome. Mold, I'm going to say it again, mold is what they are calling cancer. To all of you, Merry Christmas on this calendar and Happy New Year. All praise to the Most High, our soon coming King, Yahweh Shah.